This is the outside of the 2021 Mileo 294. As we move along, we will firstly come to the mains hookup point just here. After this, we then have fresh water tank fill point. As you can see, it can be locked. Just pop a hose pipe in to fill it up. To drain the fresh water tank down, we do need to go underneath the motorhome, and it is located just here. It's just a matter of turning the blue lever to drain it down. After this, we then have the gas locker. Plenty of room in here for 2 gas bottles. The regulator itself just sits here, and then the hose comes off the regulator and then screws into the propane bottle and is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top. Do make sure that the bottle is isolated for travel. Next we have the grey water drain. So to drain your grey water down, it's just a matter of coming to this lever just here and just pulling it like so. At the rear we then have access to the garage. So in here we have 12 volt and main supply. We have our light switch on and off just here, and then we have our winder for the fixed bed. So on this model it can be wound up and down, so just depending on how big a garage you require. It's just a matter of attaching it just here and then winding the handle to then wind it up and down. Also in here we have the ladder for that front electric bed. We also have the jack and wheel brace kit just here. 2 warning triangles, fire extinguisher, 2 high visibility waistcoats, mains lead, and the spare wheel just there. As we come round to the rear, we have the Fiamma bike rack. So it drops down like so, bikes onto the rails, and then secure these straps through the wheels. These then attach around the frames. Reverse camera just up here. Again, we have access to the garage from the other side. So we have the corner steady winding handle. Corner steadies are located on either side at the rear, and then it's just a matter of attaching and then winding them down. As you can now see, as I wind the leg, slowly comes down and then continue to wind until it touches the ground. Also in the garage we have the Fiamma awning winding handle. So this winding handle just hooks up here, and then it's just a matter of winding to slowly draw out the canopy. If I now just pause the video, you will now see that I've wound it out a little bit further. It's always wise to wind it out to roughly about where I've done it now, and then drop your legs for stability. It's then not putting so much stress on it. So if I now, as you can see, just grab my hand, you can see I can then pull the leg towards me and then drop it down, and then it's just a matter of undoing here, dropping the leg to the ground, and then tightening it back up again, and then doing exactly the same on the other leg. And now we're then supported, we can then wind the canopy out completely. This is a large awning on this particular model, so it does come with what is known as a rafter pole. So this can make the canopy not flap around so much, so it just clicks in up there and then clicks in at this point here. It's just a matter of then using it on the telescopic setting, just depending on how far out it is. Next we have the cassette toilet. So to remove, just lift up on the blue lever and pull towards you. Before use, remove the blue cap and add your toilet chemical. This is also where it empties from. Just remember that when you're pouring it away, to hold this button in just here, this releases the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. This is also a good way of gaining access to give the cassette a good clean out. If any debris was to wrap itself around the float mechanism, so it's then giving you a false reading that it's full all the time, it can be removed just by twisting this part here, giving it a little wiggle, and then you can then take the float out, give it a clean, and then just lock it back in. All of these cassettes are now on wheels with an extendable handle. After this, we then have both the vents for the fridge freezer. Again, as this is a fully winterized van, the fridge does come with winter covers, which are currently on. We are now coming into the warmer weather, so they are no longer required. All we do is we just push the black levers from side to side, remove the vent, and then take out the winter cover, and then we do that exactly the same on the lower vent as well. We then pop the cover back in, and then it's just a matter of doing the reverse and then just locking it back into place. Obviously, if you leave these on in the warmer months, the fridge will just overheat and it will not run efficiently. Next, we have the flue for the Truma boiler. We do not need to do anything with these particular ones. We have no covers or anything that need to come off. Just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. After the flue, we have the external barbecue and shower point. You are supplied with both fittings. So we have the barbecue hose just here. Attach this end to your barbecue, and then this end plugs into the van itself. Remove the dust cap, and then plug in until it's locked, and then you can then turn the gas on or off. To release, just push the collar up and it will then pop back out again. When there is no hose connected, you cannot turn the gas on. Beneath it we then have the external shower point. So all we do is again just plug in like so. As long as the water pump is on inside, it will automatically go under pressure, and then it's just a matter of literally just pressing the trigger. Again, to remove, exactly the same as the barbecue point, just push on the collar and it will then pop straight back out again. Diesel fill just here. Fuel cap unlocks on the ignition key, and then we have the AdBlue top up just underneath. It will let you know when the AdBlue needs filling up on the dashboard. Tyre pressure's just here. Heated seats just here. So we have one on the passenger and one on the driver's. Leisure battery is located underneath the passenger seat, and like this particular one, you can have a second battery added underneath the driver's seat. Bonnet release just here.